Hey guys, Dunlux here, back with a new blind playthrough. This is The Cat Lady. So this is a game that was released on Steam almost 10 years ago in 2012. Released for $10 by Harvester Games. I guess it's part of a series, but this appears to be the style of game that is, it's very indie, it's very low budget. It's a psychological horror game. And I think, it looks cheap, but I think that's designed that way to enhance the psychological aspect. Just from what I've seen of the screenshots, it's like a very muted color palette, lots of grays and blacks and, maybe occasional flashes of color, but very, very little. So, like I said, this is a blind playthrough. I expect there was a warning, something about violence and gore and occasional nudity, and I'm sure it'll touch on themes of, depression and suicide and mental illness and other things. So we'll probably talk about some of that stuff when it comes up. If you like that sort of thing, you know what I mean. If you like games that do that, I'd recommend Fran Bow. That's a good one too that I did for the channel. And yeah, so let's begin. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. If it is not your first time, welcome back. It appears like there's not really mouse, at least yet. It seems to be controlled by the WASD keys or the arrow keys and enter. If you go to options, subtitles are on, GEM is normal, which I assume you could change to maybe either be brighter or darker. And that's basically it. There are some voices. I started the intro and I hit escape and skipped it. And yeah, so I've seen like 30 seconds. There goes Jack. Maybe he'll make an appearance later. Anyway, let's begin.
My name is Susan Ashworth. I live alone in this old two-bedroom flat. I rarely go outside. Some would say it's a lonely life, and I guess that's true, but I don't like people's company. Not lately, anyway. I only trust my cats these days, and I will miss them dearly, but they will understand, like they always have. Teacup stays with me till the end. He watches me, as if he knew. Because earlier tonight, I swallowed a whole bunch of pills. They're legal, of course, prescribed by my doctor for my sleeping problems. But I've taken 34 of them, all I could find in the cupboard, and now the room around me spins in a blurry tango as my heart slows down. Any second now, I will be dead. I feel calm. I'm ready for it. I've only got one thing to say now. Thanks for nothing. Goodbye.
Who's she thanking? Not to be pedantic. Chapter 1. House in the Woods. This is where we're about to get control here in a second. Harvester Games presents. I skipped that whole intro though, so I didn't, this is my first time seeing it. I thought of a few things just while watching that. One is that women typically kill themselves in non-violent methods, right? Pills seem to be the big one. Men do, you know, guns, knives, whatever. I think women choose hanging as well sometimes, but I don't know. It's just interesting. The other thing is it's not fair to the cats, you know. And I guess maybe a darker thing to think of is, I don't know, man. I mean, I understand that people are really selfish. Like, very few people will actually give a shit. They'll, I don't know, man. It's like they'll help you with some of the, like, the petty stuff, the little stuff, but when you really need help, I don't know. So it's hard, because on the one hand, I could be like, well, she's probably a terrible person if she doesn't have any friends, you know. On the other hand, it's like, most people are shit anyway. So, you know. It's funny, because I mentioned this to my sister when she came to visit, and she's like, that's not true. That's blah, blah, blah. And I just thought about it, and it's like, she was here for 3 days. We haven't really even spoken in like 10 years. And she spent most of her time addicted to her phone while she was here. Like, bad. Like, she's in an MLM or something. And it's like, I was like, do you want to do, you know, like, let's do something. Let's go eat. Let's do this. Let's do that. She's like, in a minute. Like an hour later, okay, I'm ready. And then she did that repeatedly to the point where, you know, I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to play video games. Tell me when you're done with your phone and we'll go out to eat or whatever. You know, so it's like, I see both sides. So, yeah. Also, that was a real cat they had a picture of. I wonder whose cat it was. All right, so now left or right to walk. Just a nice little detail. Her hair actually blows in the wind, which is neat. Ah. Okay, that's a neat little transition. It's like it got darker as she's walking forward. Little screen transitions. Those are nice. That's probably proportionally correct, but she looks like some sort of creature here. Like her arms look like they're too long. Or maybe it's just the way that she walks. Alright, we have a locked door, presumably. Press up to open the interaction menu. Cycle through available options with up and down. Press enter to confirm. I didn't think you could go off to this side. That was weird. Color to black and white? My first thought is like, she's actually dead. I mean, I know she said she was, and she took sleeping pills, and this could be like a Jacob's Ladder scenario, which apparently they remade. I don't know why they have to remake everything with a gender swapped or race swapped protagonist these days, which I think is what they did. But so this could be like her visions as she's dying. Wow, it just keeps going. Like, it's weird, right? Because I assumed going in the farmhouse was the plot trigger to advance But do you actually go into the house and there's nothing there, and then you leave and come this way, or I don't know. I guess let's keep going this way and see what happens, right? And it's also weird too because I came through here, and it's kind of interesting, right? As we go more left, it seems more normal, but also the music is more normal as well. My first thought when we came out this way was like, oh, that's a car that hit a wall. Like she actually died in a car crash or something. I really hope we didn't just screw up whatever, but there's like blood all over this as well. Very strange going from a, you know, farmhouse area to a, looks like a tunnel. It's got to be in England because they have the, not only is her accent, you know, British or something, the car and the little rack on the top looks British as well. Oh, okay, so this is the correct way. Well, let's go back. You know, it might even be like, oh, I can't open the door because it's locked, right? But the fact that it's showing us the credits is like, no, that's the right way to go. On the one hand, you could say, like, it's old school game design to not give you kind of clues to where to go. Like, I'll reference, I'm glad we could go back. Like, I'll reference, like, old school JRPGs where it's like, there's a fork in the road, right? You're in a dungeon, there's a fork. One way you know will lead you to treasure. The other way will lead you to the boss and a cutscene that locks behind you, basically. Right, so you can't go back. And then you go down one, and you're like, oh no, this is starting to go too far. No, I should go back and do the other one, because this is the one that leads. Right, you expect the one with the treasure is like the shorter path. But, you know, so you go to the other one, and then it's like, oh, there's your cutscene, you're locked, and you're like, damn it! Whereas modern games, like, that's the old school way of doing it, where they kind of screw you out of... And maybe that was intentional, right? Maybe they were intentionally screw you out of like treasures to make the game harder, because that's how it was back then. It was like based off the D&D rules. Whereas more modern games are, you know, trying to incorporate more like visual hints. You know, they try to guide you in the right direction. This one might not do it. It might be deliberate, or it just might be poor game design. Who knows, right? All right. Enter or examine. Let's examine it first. I feel strangely drawn to this place. I must find a way to unlock this padlock and get inside. Okay. It's locked. There you go. On the plus side, it looks like any button, like when the little text pops up, any button will like cancel out of that and go. So it's like, I need to get through this. Excuse me. Right, now it's all black and white again. Kind of like purgatory. It's funny though, because if you read like Dante's Divine Comedy, most people think it's just the Dante's Inferno. That's the first book. There's 3 books. It's you know, it's sort of the human condition, if you will, right? It goes like you descend into hell, and then you're supposed to climb your way up from hell through purgatory, eventually to paradiso or heaven. But it's like purgatory is just as bad as hell. It's just not hell, right? Like people are tortured in purgatory to clean the sin before they get to paradise. And even Paradise is just like, you're still effectively a slave. All you do is worship the creator, but that's like, that's Paradise, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Open your interaction menu. Yes, but what are we... Oh, the ambulance? Oh, we can't go any farther. I see. Examine an open door. I can't go any further. The ambulance is blocking access to the tunnel exit. Maybe there is no exit at all. Let's see what's inside. It's locked. Okay. Now we go back, I guess. I can't go any further. No exit. Right. Locked. By the way, if you are, you know, feeling depressed or suicidal or any of that stuff, don't kill yourself. I mean, don't do it. You know, that's obviously that's what everybody says, but I had someone comment on one of my videos where I was talking about, I just mentioned depression, and they were like, sometimes they feel like they should just end it because it would be better for everyone else. And my response, I mean, I'm paraphrasing. My response was basically just be selfish. Live for you. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I kind of stopped, like when I started to realize that most other people were shit, that really helped a lot. Because then I'm like, you know what, they're gonna give me crap whether I, you know, they want me to do stuff for them that benefits them. They're not looking at what's best for me necessarily, right? So I'm gonna do what's best for me, and they're gonna complain, but they're gonna complain either way, right? Because it's never good enough. You know, only the people that really care about you want you to do things for you. You know, even if it sets them back or whatever, you know. And I've met very few people, even my own family members don't, you know, they're not all in that group of people that actually care. So yeah, be selfish. You know, it's like, living, even maybe it's stupid, but living gives me opportunity to play games like this, which might or might not be fun. This game might be like a real punch in the feels, right? But I probably never would have played it. I don't think I ever would have played this game had it not been for the channel, right? Or, you know, when I'm dead, like I'll never be able to pet a cat again, or drink this coffee, or have tasty food, or something like that. And sure, it's all like, you know, little small things, little petty things, but it's like, so what? You know, in 100 million years, no one will remember me. you know what I mean? In the heat death of the universe, nothing will matter. So I'm just like, whatever. I'm gonna have my fun now. I'm gonna enjoy it while I'm alive. And yeah, I get depressed from time to time. And yes, I need to mope or whatever. But then, you know, then that fades, and I get to do stuff that I enjoy. Or even if, you know, I go to work and make small talk with people, and we don't, you know, all we have is superficial relationships, because that's all they really are. That's fine too. I try and enjoy those, you know, because I know if I was like, man, I got kicked out of my house, blah, 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 can you help me? They'd be like, you know, and I can't begrudge them that either. It's like, I wouldn't want to necessarily take on that burden. So it's like, I don't know. But don't try not to feel bad. You know, look out for yourself. Don't necessarily take from other people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be hurt, but I also don't want to hurt others. So it's like, you just stay over there with your inane chatter, and I'll stay over here and do my own thing. And we'll be fine, and occasionally we'll have some interaction, or go out drinking, or whatever. It's like, you know. Anyway, I didn't mean to. I do tend to wax philosophical occasionally, so just be aware.
Huh? What's making that noise?
Someone trapped in the ambulance.
Hello? Who's there? Answer me.
Huh. Well, look closer. It's me, my cold dead body right in front of my eyes. Oh, I didn't, well, I'm glad they said that. I didn't get that. I didn't see it. What is it doing here? Susan. Examine, turn head, open eyes, open mouth, or leave. I look so calm. That didn't sound good. What does turning the head do aside from making horrible cracking noises? There's something in the mouth, of course. My eyes, just about one thing I liked about myself. Even now, they still shine a little. I wonder if that means there's like hope. Right? Like like if this is like a dying dream, maybe there's still a way out, so to speak. Of course, key. Is that a key in her mouth? In my mouth? I'll better take it with me? Okay. Down to open inventory. Can I no longer... See, I mean, yes, now that I know it's Susan, that makes sense. It does look like her, but I can no longer interact with the body. But at first I didn't see it. Okay, so down, key, confirm with enter, press to exit. Examine or use. Not long ago, even a key wouldn't open my mouth. Now I find there was one inside it. Okay. Or up to exit. Got it. Okay. Well, now we know we go into the farmhouse. Not even a key would open my mouth. What is that supposed to mean? Oh. Well. I hope there's more psychological horror, because so far I'm not super engaged. Like, this stuff is supposed to be creepy, but it's like, why? It's like her own dead body. It's like, okay, that's fair. And then this thing collapses, and I'm just like, I know it was foreshadowed, because when we walked past it, there was like crumbling noises, but it doesn't matter. Because we still can't go... We can't do anything else that way anyway. Signs of life. Right, it's like we're... That way is death. Death is locked to us. Our death has given us a key to pursue life or something. I know we could probably open it now, but what happens if we go back to the left? Follow the deer. I don't think we can. Wasn't there a field here? This is different. And the music is funky now. Another car. And a forest fire. And Susan's body hanging. Hanging body. Rope. Door. We have to get a knife in the cabin to cut ourselves down, is that it? Examine or search. My dead body hanging from a tree. I should be scared, but I just feel empty. Wait, what's that shiny thing on her neck? Is that a key? Body's too high. I can't reach. Rope is tied into a knot. It would take me hours to undo this knot. So you need to... cut it. Oh, and left or right, I guess, get us out of that, so that's cool. Door open. Door seems bolted from the other side. Fair enough.
I can't remember this place. Am I lost?
Probably, in a sense. The scenery has changed yet again. Wow. Okay, did I miss my chance with the house? What a gruesome display. At least it's not my head stuck on the bars. It's locked. Use, I guess. Key doesn't fit. Okay. Oh, right, that was the same crow. Is the crow gonna cut down the body? I think I might have screwed up. Take me hours to undo this knot. Well, you have hours now. Do we have to quit and go back to the menu? Start over again? We might have to, I think. I don't think it's loaded already. No. Okay, well, and the other thing is quitting literally quits the game. I don't think it goes back to the menu. Yeah, it's a little... Alright, let's do this again. Enter to quit. Hey guys, Junlox here, back with our blind playthrough of The Cat Lady. This is going to be part 2 of the first episode, so still the same episode. Yeah, I was going to try and quit and start it up again, but I don't know if you guys could hear it, but for me it was like a sound error, which happens sometimes with OBS now that it updated and now it has issues when I quit occasionally. Quit the game. Very odd. So now we know we need to save frequently.
My name is Susan Ashworth.
Okay, so we'll skip that. Yeah, because it's entirely possible we'll lock ourselves into something, and maybe that's not a thing that we locked ourselves into, but I suspect that we did. So we'll just okay, first let's figure out how to save. Okay, we have control now. Save. 001. I'll say save. 001. Okay. Right arrow to cancel. Game saved successfully. That's good. Alright. Cool. So we've got that. So if something happens, we can just load that rather than quitting the whole thing. All right. All right, well, let's enter, locked, examine. Something about the padlock and get inside. Which I assume this key does, but... Huh. Looks like she has a... I mean, I assume that's the seam or the zipper or something, but it looks like she has a chain around her neck, kind of. I don't know if she had it. I just didn't notice it until we crossed into the black and white thing. It's, yeah, I'm really hoping there's going to be more of a horror aspect, because right now it seems very... We'll just do this. Because right now it's like, ooh, isn't this spooky? And I'm just like, not really, no.
Huh? What's making that noise? Hello? Who's there? Answer me.
Okay. Well, let's open the mouth. Got the key. Can no longer do anything with the body. Alright. Examine. Find one inside it. Indeed. Alright. Yeah. And maybe it is a little bleak that I consider most people to be shit, but it's like, you know, the other way to look at it is, or also the way to look at it is, just treasure the people that actually give a shit about you then. You know what I mean? Like, and also we're all imperfect. I'm imperfect. I'm definitely imperfect. All right, run away, dear, for now. All right. I hear a heart beating. Planks. Examine. The hole has been boarded up with these planks. The sign underneath says emergency power switch, danger. Tell you what, let's save again. Save 002. Game saved. I wouldn't mind if it was like, you know, stuff that would kill us or whatever. Machine, examiner, switch on. Too long a sacrifice can make a stone of the heart. Right. Basically sacrifice too much and, you know, there's nothing left. It's reminds me of another quote. It's like the heartless once cared too much or something like that. It's like you get burned out. You get tired of caring. And that's maybe the problem is me. Excuse me. Maybe I'm expecting maybe it's too much for people to care about each other, if that makes any sense. I mean, look at, you know, I mean, whenever you see this, there's going to be a shooting or something at some point, right? But look at whatever the last school shooting was, right? There was one recently. And for very briefly was the reaction of, you know, mental health is important, right? That was the initial reaction. And then like 30 minutes after that, it's like, we need to control the guns. Let's get rid of the guns. You know, and all the people that I worked with, except for like maybe one other one, they're like, it was this weird thing. They all came together and they're like some sort of like, they're all like, guns are bad. We need to get rid of all the guns and blah, blah, blah. And they're all like, yeah, we need like a rally or something. It was super weird. I was like, what is this? But they went from, we need to help people. We need to figure out because it's the root cause, right? It's like, let's actually solve the problem. And then it went from, no, let's do that. Let's not do that. Let's just make it a little bit harder for this thing to happen. But it's like helping someone, solving mental illness, curing that's like healing. That's giving. That's like good. But then taking away the guns, you know, you're basically punishing people that have done nothing wrong. Because it's like if we wanted to ban cookies because of diabetes, right? It's like diabetes is freaking horrible. I've seen it. I've seen people like with their feet rotting off and stuff, you know? It's terrible. But I wouldn't say that we should ban, like, don't punish everybody for something that a small number of people do, right? But they want to do that. They want to take away other people's rights. They want to punish other people. They want to harm people, right? So it's like, this is kind of this weird thing. And maybe I guess I'm the crazy one, right? Because I'm the only one that sees it like this. It's like if they choose, it's like making a choice between something good, doing good, or doing harm. Oh, doing good is just too much work. That's just too difficult, right? As opposed to doing harm. That's why I think we're kind of screwed as a society, because it's like people would rather harm others than help. And honestly, it's like, you know, they could do something themselves. Like, because it's also like I do something versus have someone else do something, right? It's like taking away the guns. It's like they're asking other people to do stuff, right? Whereas just take 30 seconds out of your day and like, or actually care. Just actually care about someone else. Just be like, hey, how was your day? And listen. Don't wait for them don't give them 3 seconds to stop speaking and then interrupt and talk. You know? Listen to other people. Actually care. You know, that instead what happens is like the majority of people, except for the ones that do care, just like they don't care and they just like pull all the care. It's like they're asking, it's like they just suck all the caring out of other people, you know, until potentially people like her, me, I guess, whoever else, you know, get burnt out, get tired, get jaded and bitter. You know what I mean? Like they have no self-awareness, right? I don't know. But yeah, if you actually care, it's hard because most people don't. And that's what sucks. And that's why I'm just like, hey, you know, focus on yourself. Don't worry about other people. They're oblivious. They don't care. They don't care anyway. They're going to be unhappy no matter what. So focus on you. You know, it's like I don't have to help them. I just don't want to hurt them. I have no obligation to help. You know what I mean? I have no obligation to sacrifice myself or light myself on fire to keep them warm. You know what I mean? If they're like, I'm cold, and I'm like, all right, well, you know, put on a jacket or something, and they don't, and then they're like, it's so cold in here. Like, I just told you what to do. Why are you... They're like, no, give me your jacket. It's like, you have one. Put yours on. No, I want yours. No, just... Shh. Here, I'm going to put the pillow over your face. Just breathe deep. Anyway. I think I saw one of the... It showed the inside of a hospital and nurses, and I don't know if she's a nurse, but if she is, that would explain a lot as well. A lot of nurses get burnt out. Would it take another sacrifice to turn it back on, to turn it back? Maybe I'm being silly. This is just some old machinery after all. Well, let's check the planks again. Pull or look through. There's definitely something there. I can't tell for sure, but it looks like a switch. Okay. I'm not strong enough to pull them off with my bare hands. How strange. There doesn't seem to be a single switch or button on this machine. How do you turn it on? Boarded up. Emergency power switch. Danger. So I need a crowbar or something? So obviously you pull these off, get the switch, I guess put it on the machine, switch it on, but then is something going to happen here as well? Right, and she's like, I want to get in there. I desperately need to get in there. Okay. So maybe I hadn't screwed up my game, but if that's the case, what do I do? You know? Hopefully my rambling is not too bad. I mean, if it is, it's probably going to continue. Little voice in the back of my head's like, if my rambling's too much, I don't care. And that's partially how I feel. Alright. Because, I mean, you know, you're gonna like it or you're not. It's... If you're fine with the rest of it and not the rambling, then just... You're just gonna have to put up with it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Dead body hanging from a tree. Body is too high. I can't reach. Tied into a knot. Door. Open. Seems bolted from the other side. Okay.
I can't remember this place. Am I lost?
Indeed. Okay, there's a crow. Do I... Okay, so... Problem is, like, I've used the key. Gruesome display. Locked. Okay, well. Right. The gravestone with the thing. So the crow is... like it's flying this way. It flew... I don't know where it is. There it is. I wonder if I'm supposed to follow it, just repeatedly. Bolted, okay. I was trying to get the crow, like, when it looked this way, to the left, I moved forward. Because I was like, maybe that's what I need to do. So there's this. Like, this is here when the crow flies this way, but it's not... Let's try going back. This does look different. Oh. Okay, so I'm assuming that's the deer, but the deer we followed, possibly? Deer. Door. Well, let's check the deer first. So I guess we weren't trapped after all. Examine or pull out the knife. Who's done this? Is there anyone else here? Right now, the crow is off. Unbolt. Oh. Strange. Fair enough. Well, cut, I guess. It's a hunter's knife. Body. Look closer. Susan. How many of our own dead bodies are we gonna find? I look like I'm just sleeping. Empty. Leave or take key. Nothing there. Although, we can still examine the bodies. That's interesting. Because before we couldn't. Okay, I mean, I know it's locked. Gate key. Large rusty key. I wonder if there's any particular symbolism with the two goat heads and the pig's head on the door itself. Oh.
Welcome to my house, Susan Ashworth. I have been waiting for you, my dear.
Creepy.
I knew you would turn up one fine day like this.
Who are you?
I have so many names, it's hard to pick one. But I'm curious, who do you think I am?
Death, an old lady who lives in the woods. Are you God? Are you the devil? I don't really know. Can't you just tell me? I doubt she's an old lady. She sounds French, though, which is interesting. Death? We'll try death. That's the obvious-ish one.
Death?
Interesting. Yes, perhaps that's what I am. I come when there's something to take, but I never give anything back. I am doom, but I'm salvation too. I'm feared by most, but adored by some also. Some like yourself, Susan.
Don't flatter yourself, old lady. I don't even know you.
Well, that's not quite right. I've been around for a while, keeping you company. Always there, you know? Always there.
So I was wrong. You're not Death?
No, I am not. Perhaps I am life. But then again, does it really matter?
Interesting. What is this place? What will happen next? We'll say what is... If we only get to answer or ask one question, probably what is this place would be best.
What is this place?
This, my dear, is my humble kingdom, and this house is my castle. I rarely invite people in, just like you. I like my solitude. But you are a special guest, and I'm going to make an exception.
Me? Special? I can tell you now that there's nothing special about me, lady.
Don't bring yourself down, Susan Ashworth. Today, you are my guest of honor.
Well, we've already asked what is this place. What happens if I ask it again?
What is this place?
This, my dear, is my humble kingdom, and this house is my castle.
Okay, so it doesn't look like I
I
can...
rarely invite people in, just like
Can't
you.
skip it.
I like my solitude. But you are a special guest, and I'm
Great
going
voice
to make
acting, though.
an exception.
Me? Special? I can tell you now that there's nothing special about me, lady.
Don't bring yourself down, Susan Ashworth. Today, you are my guest of honor.
What will happen next?
What will happen next?
Depends on you, Susan. Inside my house, there are dark hallways that lead to places you don't want to see. But there is also something that will make you want to return to where you came from and cherish every single little breath you take. I'm going to make you an offer, Susan. It's a chance only a fool would refuse.
Okay. An offer? What can you offer me?
Let's come inside. It's getting cold out here.
Well, let's save here, and then we'll stop. This just got a lot more interesting all of a sudden. The kind of generic adventure game stuff of find the key, do this, do that. Like, that's kind of eh. Right? But this is like all of a sudden, you know, because Life, the lady, is, save 003. She's like kind of menacing as well, because it's like, well, I mean, you know, Susan did try to kill herself, or is killing herself, right? So Life's like, I mean, who knows what she is? You know, she could be death, she could be, I mean, life and death are part of the same coin, after all. You know, we have to survive by taking the lives of others. Even plants. Plants are alive. Plants feel pain, believe it or not. They have, they have a form of neurotransmitter. They also grow away from, they grow towards the sun, and they grow away from, like, things that hurt them. Like when you cut their branches or whatever, they'll grow in a different like away from that. So it's, you know, yeah, interesting. You have my attention now, basically. Well, that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Hopefully you're enjoying these episodes. Hopefully you enjoy my rambling. You know, I talk about stuff like that. I think it's okay. Some people don't like it. Some people do like it. It's up to you. If you don't, but you like my stuff in general, I mean, there's other things, or you can just, you know, come back another time. Not everyone's gonna like everything that I make, and that's fine. That's fine. There's plenty of good people out there. You know, in the meantime, you could check out one of those. You might like something next. You might like the next episode. You know, you might... I don't know. I don't watch everything that other people that I follow or subscribe to or whatever put out. And that's fine. That's fine. If you don't like it, leave a comment. That's cool too. I read all of them. Any questions, comments, or concerns, good, bad, or indifferent, let me hear them. I do read all of them. I do try and respond to all of them. Usually takes me a few days, either due to work or laziness. I still don't know if BitChute is working properly. If I've gotten notified once for a comment on it, but I don't know if that was just a random fluke. Because for a while they weren't. It wasn't notifying me when people comment, so I don't know if it is now or not. But if you leave it and I don't respond, I mean, on YouTube I respond to all of them, I think. I don't know. But yeah, leave a comment if you like. Something I do like to do at the end of every episode is a unique positive moment. It's supposed to, since, I mean, let's be honest, the world is kind of terrible, and focusing on the positive, it trains your brain to seek positivity, which kind of helps reframe your mind into a more neutral perspective, because everything, especially if you watch the news, is just so terrible, right? So you're supposed to write 3 things down, 3 unique positive moments before bed, but here we just, like, I kind of verbally say one, and you guys should think of one also. But so what is your guys' unique positive moment for today? You know, despite all the complaints I had about my sister visiting and the fact that she's, like, super addicted to her phone and, like, sucked into the MLM lifestyle, I was glad to see her, even though I felt like, man, she probably could have just called, you know? Like, she doesn't return my phone calls either, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, she wants to come visit. It's like, you could just save yourself $600 or $1,000 or whatever and just call me on the phone every once in a while, or answer my phone calls instead of, because I know she's always on her phone. It's like, you have your phone right there, just take 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. I was still glad to see her, even though it was kind of a disaster. It's just but that's my unique positive moment. Hopefully your guys is just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. And I hope to see you guys next time. Till then, guys, take care.